Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation.
The Belize Barrier Reef Reserve System, a network of 7 protected areas, was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996. It was recognized for its outstanding universal value and exceptional biodiversity. Laughing Bird Caye National Park is one of the protected areas and is managed by the Southern Environmental Association. Our Belize Watch team sat down with Brandon Quinteros and Calvin Gonzalez to find out more about the organization. We will have that conversation after this break to hear from our partners. National Bank of Belize, Del Martin, Minister Kevin Bernard, Silkgrass Farms, Ministry of Blue Economy, and the Barry.
Peace and love.
Your dream home isn't just a house, it's where your future takes shape. At NBB, we go beyond financing. Our partnership with trusted professionals ensure you're supported at every step. We simplify the process, offering expert advice, personalized services, and fast approvals to make your journey stress-free. With NBB, you're not just buying a house, you're investing in your future with confidence and ease.
Action.
At NBB, we don't just help you finance your dream, we help you live it. National Bank of Belize, your partner every step of the way.
Vamos bien con Kevin Bernard, Kevin Bernard, Kevin Bernard, Kevin Bernard, champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, 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 Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion. 2020, Kevin came with a vision, executed well, he's a man on a mission. The work continues with new innovation, Plan Belize 2.0 activation, benefiting the West, North to South and East. Infrastructure and opportunities, plenty get done, plenty more to come. Kevin Bernard, you can continue depend on. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion. Sports development, woman empowerment, infrastructure, youth involvement. Heart of a champion, full confident, astonishing leader, no argument. Relentlessly with a passion and drive, natural born leader, no one gets deprived. Dedicated to serving and provide, releasing good hands, no one can deny. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion. Champion, 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 champion. Hey, one time for the champion. Hey, 2 times for the champion. Hey, 3 times for the champion. Hey, everybody shout it out loud now. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion.
Rice and beans, our Belizean tradition. Made even better with Silkgrass Farms cold-pressed coconut oil. Rich in healthy fat and full of natural flavor, Our coconut oil brings out the best in every dish. From seasoning the pot for rice and beans to browning that perfect stew chicken, cooked on low heat, the coconut oil adds depth and richness to the flavor of your dish. Even when frying plantain, the coconut oil, cooked with gentle heat, brings out the natural sweetness, giving them that golden, crispy finish. Bring the true taste of Belize to the table with cold-pressed coconut oil by Silkgrass Farms.
Four years ago, Belize's blue economy was a vision, a dream waiting to be realized. It was an untapped resource with immense potential, but lacked the leadership and strategy to truly thrive. Today, under the leadership of Honorable Andrea Perez, Minister of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, that vision is no longer just a dream, it's a reality. The blue economy has become a cornerstone of Belize's growth, creating sustainable jobs, boosting our GDP, and preserving our natural heritage. Under the previous administration, our rich marine resources and coastal communities faced many challenges: limited innovation, missed opportunities, and a lack of direction. This administration has championed groundbreaking initiatives such as the National Adaptation Plan for the Coastal Zone and Fisheries Sector, which is the first of its kind in Belize and is a testament to the ministry's commitment to building a robust and sustainable blue economy. The Ministry of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, safeguarding lives, seas, and sustainability.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
The second verse of the Belize National Anthem starts, "Nature has blessed thee with wealth untold." And that is so, wealth untold. And some of this wealth is manifested and was made clear to us through the adoption of the blue bonds, for example. And today we are going to talk to the Southern Environmental Association about our heritage, the heritage we have been so richly been blessed with. And we're going to look at what they are doing to help protect and preserve our environment. Heritage above and beneath the waves. That's how you work, right? Let me welcome Calvin Gonzalez and Brandon Quinteros. All right? And so, Brandon.
That's right.
All right, Brandon. Let's look at the Southern Environmental Association. Describe to me what the Southern Environmental Association is all about.
C is an NGO, Southern Environmental Association, established when two long-standing organizations, Friends of Nature and the Toledo Association for Sustainable Tourism and Empowerment, merged in order for better community involvement in the conservation and co-management of natural resources in southern Belize. C co-manages Laughlin Bird Caye National Park, as well as Gladden Spith and Selkies Marine Reserve. Laughlin Bird Caye National Park is co-managed between Sea and Forestry Department. Gladden Spith and Selkies Marine Reserve is co-managed between Sea and the Belize Fisheries Department.
No. Sea. So, the Southern Environmental Association, right?
Yes.
How long have you been associated with Sea? And this question is going obviously to Calvin, right?
Yes, I've been with Sea for going for 2 years. I've been here at least a year and a half. I started as the operations officer, who is responsible for all the field operations happening out at the protected areas. Then moved on to the protected areas manager as it became necessary, and now I am the senior project manager for the Southern Environmental Association.
Okay. And what about you?
Well, I am the operations and logistics assistant. That's right. And I'll just like to share where we have our offices located.
Tell me.
All right. Our national office is located in Independence, specifically Survivors Area, Beverly Lane. We also have a branch in Placencia located on the main road behind Comex. Feel free to pay us a visit, not only at our offices, but at our parks, the parks that we co-manage.
Okay. I want to look at those parks one by one, right? But before I do that, I want to ask each of you, what got you interested in conservation and the environment? How did all this start for each of you? You want to go first?
Sure. Well, I have a business background. My thing is business and marketing, and I was looking for a job where I will make a meaningful impact. And what a better way to make a meaningful impact than joining the conservation component of Belize, hence the reason I didn't think twice to apply and join the Southern Environmental Association office, where conservation is our top priority, and we do not sacrifice that for tourism per se, because we are conserving for generations to come.
You're very young, right?
That's right.
And it's good to see a young person like yourself dedicated to conserving our environment and promoting and enhancing Belize's natural richness, if I may say, because really we are like we said at the beginning of the national anthem, nature has blessed thee with wealth untold, and it tells you where that wealth is. Our mountains and valleys play a huge role, and obviously the seas is a part of the whole environment that I'm sure they're referring to. So when you were going to school, did you see yourself, primary school, did you see yourself as that environmentalist?
Well, not necessarily. I was more centered on business, because I've been a business major all my life throughout my educational career. So once I joined the workforce, I started in the private sector, but again, I see that, my job is not so meaningful. I view from that perspective. Everyone has their own opinion, and so I wanted to have a job where I would make more of a meaningful impact, and hence the reason I joined C.
Was there a single incident that sparked that interest to be a part of C?
Well, definitely the work that it does.
Oh, the work.
Yes.
Okay, that's what prompted you.
Definitely, the work, the amazing things that C is doing out there, interacting with the communities, the fishermen, that's incredible.
Okay. What about you?
I have always been interested in working, basically out in the field. Growing up, we would travel the country a lot, and that sparked my interest in conservation. Not only the marine sector, but as well as the terrestrial sector as well. And ever since all throughout my education, I had focused on natural resource management from coming out of high school, because I didn't honestly one of the additional reasons was because I didn't want to be locked up in an office doing business, So I focused all my energy on the natural sciences. Coming out of school, I worked in various monitoring and ecological conservation projects. I started in forestry. I did animal husbandry. I also assisted with the introduction of the orange-breasted falcons up in Pine Ridge. And then I even did some work with the wildlife clinic in Cayo, and then I saw this opportunity with sea, and honestly, I actually applied to be a ranger because, well, I had all interest of working out in the marine area now. And so, yeah, that's how I ended up being a part of this organization, and then seeing all the work that I knew that they were working out with the community and the area that they worked in, so I wanted to be part of that in contributing to further conserve my country and all the beauty that, like the anthem said, like you mentioned, all the wealth that God has given us.
Yeah. And it's the most beautiful country in the world. You mentioned the word beauty, and I had to pick up on that, because I keep saying Belize is the most beautiful country in the world. Our beauty, the beauty of our country, and the natural richness of our country is beyond compare in my mind. So it's good to see two young persons like yourselves dedicated to preserving this, because we can lose it all if we don't preserve it. So maybe we could talk a little bit about preservation of this natural heritage that God has so generously given us.
All the conservation work that C does is mostly community-based now, because we need the support of the community to continue doing the work that we do out at the protected areas, and as well as within the communities, our stakeholder communities now. So this work that we do is really important, not only for the people that are using it currently, but for the future generations as well.
So I'll just like to add that we serve different stakeholder communities along the coast, those being Placencia, St. Bite, Hopkins, Riversdale, Independence, and Monkey River. We have the protected areas management going on at sea. He will be versed at telling you more about that. We have our science program as well as our education and outreach program. For our education and outreach program, we have different activities going on, like the boat-to-boat campaigns, where we would go out and spend days at sea trying to educate fishermen on the fisheries regulations. We have beach cleanups in every stakeholder community, trying to make sure our beaches are clean. We also have presentations going on at schools, raising awareness on the importance of environmental conservation. We also have trainings going on within, again, the stakeholder communities. I know some of the trainings that we have had and we're working right now is mangrove regulations training, and we also have mangrove restoration activities going on. If I'm not wrong, next weekend we will be in Hopkins.
You guys are very active, man.
Definitely, we try to be very active out there in conserving our environment. I'll also like to add that for the science program, we have a lot of monitoring going on, monitoring of commercial species. We have spawning aggregations going on. We have landings. We have testing, water quality testing, right? I'm sure he will be able to tell you more about that.
Yeah, well, we could maybe start there. Water quality testing. How key is that to all the operations that you're doing?
Well, water quality testing within around our protected areas is important, because then we see the health of the waters that we utilize now. Not only, we don't only use the fresh water, but also the marine waters as well now. So it allows us to see what is affecting or how healthy the water is for the marine species. All the fish and all the coral and the economically important species like lobster conchs. So basically we get parameters for the temperature, salinity, pH, turbidity. If the conditions are too bad for too long, then the corals themselves, they end up dying and they can't recover. If the conditions, if they do bleach, there are instances where the corals can recover and get back there horizontally, and then, the coral ends up living. And in Bird Caye National Park and in Clarence Split and Silk Keys Marine Reserve, the organization, Fragments of Hope, is doing restoration work within these parks and in surrounding islands that is contributing to understanding these corals in particular.
Yeah. Definitely, and the coral restoration activity just adds more fish to the reef itself, and makes the experience for tourists as well more beautiful in a way. They'll have more fishes to see, and they'll enjoy their snorkeling and diving that they do at Laughing Bird and Silk Keys.
Yeah, and you're in charge of some very important areas of our coastal heritage, right? Gladden Spit, for example. That's a very key area. Maybe we could look first of all at Gladden Spit and the work that you do there at Gladden Spit, and maybe you could describe Gladden Spit for us. Right.
Yes, Gladden Spit and Silk Keys Marine Reserve is a multi-use protected area. Yes. We have no-take zones, we have general use zones, and then we have the spanning aggregation zones, which is important for fishers of these communities. So important as to say that they need a special license to be able to fish in that area when spanning is occurring. In particular, at that spanning site would be the mutton snappers. So the enforcement is that in that area during that time is higher, particularly in that area, even though we still do the enforcement within and around the protected area, Gladden Spit and Silk Keys Marine Reserve.
Let's look at the Silk Keys, because we talk about the Silk Keys. They are beautiful keys, from what I remember of them, right? I've been there for a while, but I can remember Silk Keys as being beautiful, right? How do you go about preserving Silk Keys and actually limit overfishing?
Well, for the Silk Keys area itself, this is where the no-take zone is.
That's where it is, right?
Around the three keys, yes. So,
do you how you deal with that? Because I would think that people how do you police that?
Yes, on the South Silk Key, we always have a presence of rangers every day of the week, 365 days a year. So, monitoring that area does not pose as much threat as within the entire Gladden Spit and Silk Keys Marine Reserve now. But when it comes to the tourism sector, then the rangers that are present on the island, they make sure that no living creature or dead coral is extracted from that area, even as souvenirs. Now, for souvenirs, you can go to any gift shop and get your souvenirs there. We also have some keychains at C's office that they could come and get as souvenirs. No, so. Yeah,
you get cooperation overall from all the tour guides and everybody buy into your program like that. Yes, this is very important, and so you don't have that resistance and so.
Definitely, we have a good communication and a good relationship with tour operators, with the community members, with youth in general. An inspiring example of the way we collaborated was the erosion mitigation work being done at Laughing Bird that was spearheaded by Mr. Ewert, who assisted with that, and in that movement of helping kind of like stop, as I name it, erosion, mitigate erosion going on at Laughing Bird. Yeah. We all came together as one, and that is where we see that there is strength in unity. All stakeholders, communities came out and supported that process right there.
That was a unique situation, right? Definitely. As I can recall, Laughing Bird Key was being severely eroded, because I can remember going there once, seeing it far out, and then going there another time and looking at the erosion and saying, my goodness. And then there was this community effort that mitigated it, right? Maybe we could speak a little bit to that, because I think that, like you rightly said, it was the community coming together to preserve a natural heritage.
Yes, that was the earlier project was at Silkies that had the same Mr. Ewart Garbutt that spearheaded that project. So the erosion was washing away the island, and I assume since you've been there, the island has gotten smaller because of this erosion. And the tour guides that use the area saw the need to do something about it, no? So they all came together, the tour guides would see, and then they created this wall that has some mostly prevented the erosion from becoming worse, no? And then recently we had this erosion work that was done on Laughing Bird Caye now, which is at the other park, and that was
Laughing Bird Caye is the one I was talking about.
Yes, this one. Yes, this recent one, again was spearheaded by Mr. Ewart Garbutt, in collaboration with C and the Placencia Tour Guide Association, and we worked on the entire southern part of the of Laughing Bird Caye that was eroding from the west side, no? And now we'll share some videos of how it looks now that that erosion has been somewhat mitigated. But of course, naturally it will still occur. But it did help tremendously to keep the island intact in that part of the on that part of the island. There was also this split that was occurring between the north and the south side of the island, and that has all been the island is now complete at that.
It's been built back basically.
Yes, and that was naturally that we didn't have any intervention in that area of the in that part of the island. Yes, so with that work that we did with the community, we saved, I'll say, the ranger station, the palapa that we have on the island, and the gift shop, and even nearer to the bathroom area, the beaches mostly.
And I'd like to thank all the tour operators, the youth, the community members that came out to support that initiative, because that work wouldn't have been completed without their support. So we thank them all. We thank Mr. Ewart as well. We are looking for the continued support from these valuable stakeholders. And I'll just like to share another inspiring.
Yes, let's hear these stories. I'm learning from you guys, so let's hear these stories.
Another inspiring encounter that we had is whereby this Placencia resident reached out to us that independently she was planning on cleaning the Placencia Municipal Pier as well as the beach side. So she was trying to partner up with private business owners, private business operators, with you to clean up, to execute what she was initially planning, right? And she reached out to C, and C didn't think twice to join this initiative, and we see how beautiful the outcome was, because the area was looking a bit filthy, and after the cleanup it looked all clean. And then we kind of like partner up with another NGO, Sea of Life, and we kind of like, I would say, audited the trash collected and see which trash was the most, and yeah, so that's super good.
The Belize Barrier Reef is alive and continually growing and has inspired filmmakers and scientists alike. It has been featured in several documentaries. We will continue our discussion with Brandon Quinteros and Calvin Gonzalez for more on the work of the Southern Environmental Association after this break to hear from our partners: National Bank of Belize, Del Martin, Minister Kevin Bernard, Silkgrass Farms, Ministry of Blue Economy, and the Barrier.
Breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now. Time and space.
Your dream home isn't just a house, it's where your future takes shape. At NBB, we go beyond financing. Our partnership with trusted professionals ensure you're supported at every step. We simplify the process, offering expert advice, personalized services, and fast approvals to make your journey stress-free. With NBB, you're not just buying a house, you're investing in your future with confidence and ease. At NBB, we don't just help you finance your dream, we help you live it. National Bank of Belize, your partner every step of the way.
Vamos bien con Kevin, Bernard, Kevin, Bernard, Kevin, Bernard, Kevin, Bernard, champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, 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 Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion. 2020, Kevin came with a vision, executed well, he's a man on a mission. The work continues with new innovation, Plan Belize 2.0 activation, benefiting the West, North to South and East. Infrastructure and opportunities, plenty get done, plenty more to come. Kevin Bernard, you can continue depend on. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion. Sports development, woman empowerment, infrastructure, youth involvement. Heart of a champion, full confident, astonishing leader, no argument. Relentlessly with a passion and drive, natural born leader, no one get deprived. Dedicated to serving and provide. Belize in good hands, no one can deny. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion. Champion, 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 champion. Hey. One time for the champion, hey. 2 times for the champion, hey. 3 times for the champion, hey. Everybody shout it out loud now. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion.
Rice and beans, our Belizean tradition, made even better with Silkgrass Farms cold-pressed coconut oil. Rich in healthy fats and full of natural flavor, our coconut oil brings out the best in every dish. From seasoning the pot for rice and beans to browning that perfect stew chicken, cooked on low heat, the coconut oil adds depth and richness to the flavor of your dish. Even when frying plantain, the coconut oil, cooked with gentle heat, brings out the natural sweetness, giving them that golden, crispy finish. Bring the true taste of Belize to the table with cold-pressed coconut oil by Silkgrass Farms.
Four years ago, Belize's blue economy was a vision, a dream waiting to be realized. It was an untapped resource with immense potential, but lacked the leadership and strategy to truly thrive. Today, under the leadership of Honorable Andre Perez, Minister of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, that vision is no longer just a dream, it's a reality. The blue economy has become a cornerstone of Belize's growth, creating sustainable jobs, boosting our GDP, and preserving our natural heritage. Under the previous administration, our rich marine resources and coastal communities faced many challenges: limited innovation, missed opportunities, and a lack of direction. This administration has championed groundbreaking initiatives such as the National Adaptation Plan for the Coastal Zone and Fisheries sector, which is the first of its kind in Belize and is a testament to the ministry's commitment to building a robust and sustainable blue economy. The Ministry of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, safeguarding lives, seas, and sustainability.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Celebration time.
It don't matter what part of the jewelry come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
So we're looking at the areas that sea work in. And let us establish exactly where these areas are and what they look like. Right? Gladden Spit, let's start there. All right?
Yes, so Gladden Spit and Silkies Marine Reserve is located offshore Placencia, about 21 kilometers of Placencia. And the marine reserve itself is situated on the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, Belize Barrier Reef system now. There are 3 islands which comprise of the Silkies, the north, the middle, and the south Silkies. And the Gladden Spit area is the formation of the reef where there is a break in the reef. Yes, and this is where most of the spawning activities occur. Yes.
It's about how many miles from Placencia?
About 21 kilometers.
Now let's go to Laughing Bird, because that's the other one now.
Yes.
Now related to let me move from Gladden Spit now to Laughing Bird. How do I move? In what direction do I move now?
You will be a little bit downward, a little southeast, yeah. Laughing Bird is located approximately 11 miles from the coast of Placencia. And just to give you like a brief history about Laughing Bird Caye National Park was protected. It became a protected area in 1991, and it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996. And it is part of the Belize Barrier Reef Reserve System, which is recognized for its beautiful views, beaches, its biodiversity, as well as ecological importance. Being nominated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site means that it is globally recognized, as well as it is being protected because of environmental and cultural values. Laughing Bird Caye National Park, the name is derived from the bird, the laughing gull.
The Laughing Gull, right?
That's right, where we have a designated, like the north portion of Laughing Bird Caye National Park is where they would go, and it will be used as a nesting site.
It's a nesting site for these birds, right?
That's right, that's right. And so not much is going on because they are nesting in nearby islands, but yeah, some are still nesting there, but we still keep that area as no-take zone, and we'll leave it to Mother Nature.
So when we talk about the Laughing Bird Caye, we're talking about more than one key, one island, right? We're talking about several?
It will be one that will have a north and south portion of it, and Laughing Bird Caye National Park is approximately 1,400 acres long. It's really beautiful, excellent again for snorkeling and diving.
And it's a no-take zone, I take it?
Yeah, it's a no extraction zone, no take zone, yeah.
Okay. So Laughing Bird Caye is therefore unique in where our reef system is concerned, right?
One of the importance of the Laughing Bird Caye National Park is that it is known as a furrow reef. So it is like a lagoon that is underwater. So Laughing Bird Caye is known what is called a Faroe Island, since it is on the part of a reef that has created an island. No? So all of this is important. It has contributed to the designation of the park as a no-take zone.
What's the size of the island, more or less, the key?
The island is about 1.5 kilometers in length. In width, it spans between from 10 meters to like 100 meters, the widest.
Do I require a permit to visit the area, or we can just go to the area?
There is a park entrance fee that is required from visitors, from international visitors, which is $25. And for locals, it would just be $5 for each local that wants to visit the key. Of course, there are some regulations as to how you can go about visiting the key. You can, of course, go in your own boat, but you would need a licensed tour guide to be able to snorkel or dive or get in the water. And that goes for locals and foreigners as well, visiting tours. No? There are also various dozens, if not maybe I would say up to 50 tour operators on Placencia, in Hopkins, in Dangriga that would visit the site.
Any facilities on Laughing Bird Caye?
Yes, there is a restroom. There are picnic tables. There's a palapa that you could go and then, spend good family time there. And just to add on more about the unique features of Laughing Bird Caye National Park, as Calvin pointed out, it's based on the corals that can be found there, particularly the Faro Formation. And it is quite unique, and it contributes to the park's high biodiversity. And just some of the corals that can be found there would be the elkhorn, the staghorn, and the brain corals, just to name a few. When it comes to marine species, you could find an abundance of North sharks, sea turtles, queen conch, the spiny lobster, you name it, they have it there. It's really beautiful out there.
As we have established in our conversation, everything is important in Belize when it comes to the environment because of the need to preserve it. And we are very good at preserving our natural heritage, which is made up of the largest barrier reef in the Western Hemisphere, all these different areas that are on the barrier reef and that are protected and that are World Heritage Site in many instances. And of course, in your case, the Southern Environmental Association, the Gladden Spit, the Silk Keys, and the Laughing Bird Caye. Three very important areas. But when you look at the larger scope of things, what's the role that these three areas play in the bigger scope of things?
All right. So focusing on the Laughing Bird Caye National Park, that is 100% protected from all extraction activities in that area. No? So everything within the borders of the national park itself is protected. Nothing can be taken out of it, which gives the species, the economically important species, a chance for them to grow. And then we have what is called a spillover effect that contributes to what the fisher folk can benefit from in that area. No? So apart from that economical importance, then there is also the ecological importance of that area as well. Since it is a no-take zone, then all that can be done is for the place to be visited, for restoration work to occur when it comes to the corals. That portion is mostly advocated by the Friends of Hope group organization. No? So the island itself is important for sea turtles because they use the island as a nesting ground during their nesting season. All that, the protection that happens there now gives the turtles then a better chance of them developing properly and being able to fully develop and go out into the sea and contribute more to their species now. The same goes for lobster and conchs. The formations within the park, the coral reefs, the sand patches, the seagrass beds are all environments which are used by these species. So that gives them a better chance at survival, better chance at becoming more abundant so that outside of the park, the fishers can have access to them.
Yeah. And talking about the fishers, I'm sure you got the full cooperation of fishers folk. I think we established that before that they cooperated with you fully, right?
Yes, definitely. There's a lot of coral restorations going on at these keys that ultimately benefit the fishermen out there because more corals equals more fish. They're working along with us in restoration activities that we are planning throughout the year.
They are on board with they know that the rules and the laws and the regulations are there for their benefit, their benefit and the benefit of all Belizeans. So they have a good understanding that these things are in place for them to be able to have that access to their resources. And then we have the community, the outreach and education that allows these types of information to reach people from all walks of life. So they know that, again, they come to understand the importance of these laws and regulations. There are certain sectors that may be more difficult to manage, like the transboundary fishers that come from Guatemala and Honduras.
How do you cope with those? Because it still happens, right?
Yes, it happens, I would say, throughout Belize's waters. So the transboundary fishers pose a different challenge in that their operation time is mostly at night. Yes. So that in itself is part of the challenge, especially in that area where there are shallow patches all over the waters. So it does make enforcement a bit tougher.
And of course, when they are coming across, they're not respecting the fact that you have this no-take zone. They would just take. Right.
Yeah. So
it is a challenge for organizations like SEA to patrol that. Now, how can we, as Belizeans, as fellow Belizeans, assist in monitoring that whole situation if we were able to?
Well, as Belizeans out on the water, be it fisher folk or tour guides or even visitors, they can report whatever sightings they see of illegal fishers within the area. And if we can, or if it is possible, then it would be addressed. That being either SEA, the Fisheries Department, or even the Coast Guard that are stationed in these areas.
If I'm out there and I see something happening that should not happen, right, who do I call and what number do I dial?
You can contact SEA, especially if it's within the protected areas that we co-manage, or the Fisheries Department. They mostly have a presence out there as well.
When you see something illegal happening and you want to report, feel free to reach out to SEA. Our number being 523-3377, or feel free to WhatsApp me 611-3132, and I'll make sure your concerns are addressed and we reach out to the person in authority to deal with the matter, no?
Because preserving this, our natural heritage, should be everyone's business, right?
Definitely.
Our business.
And we have to act as ambassadors, to make sure we preserve these beauties for generations to come.
Maybe at this time we could look at some of the challenges you're facing in managing the area and some of the responses that you have had to give maybe over the past year or so, some of the incidences that might have happened that you've had to go and address rather urgently.
Illegal fishing, definitely. You could expand more on that.
Yes, we have had instances of out-of-season fishing, extracting species under the limit, under the legal size, and we have had, we've made the arrests and have had, for the past 2 years, 100% prosecution success with those cases. We have had challenges with resources like vessels, equipment that we need, that are necessary for proper or better enforcement to occur within the protected areas. But recently we have received funding to better these equipment and resources that will help with the enforcement within these areas. We have had also a bit of a hard time employing rangers that would be available now. So human manpower is a constraint that we face. We put out ads and then not much people would apply to be the ranger. Now they see I would assume they see the economical gain of venturing into the tourism sector rather than the enforcement conservation sector, NGOs.
But if we're not conserved, we don't have nothing to show off.
Yes, that's right.
So they go hand in hand. You need to conserve and protect so that we can have something to show. And otherwise the resources will just be used in an irrational way and they will be depleted.
We will wrap up our conversation with Brandon Quinteros and Calvin Gonzalez after this break to hear from our partners: National Bank of Belize, Del Martin, Minister Kevin Bernard, Silkgrass Farms, Ministry of Blue Economy, and DeBarry.
But guess what? All we the one. See what I mean?
Your dream home isn't just a house, it's where your future takes shape. At NBB, we go beyond financing. Our partnership with trusted professionals ensure you're supported at every step. We simplify the process, offering expert advice, personalized services, and fast approvals to make your journey stress-free. With NBB, you're not just buying a house, you're investing in your future with confidence and ease. At NBB, we don't just help you finance your dream, we help you live it. National Bank of Belize, your partner every step of the way.
Vamos bien con Kevin Bernard, Kevin Bernard, Kevin Bernard, Kevin Bernard, champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, 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 champion. Southeast and West, Kevin is a true champion. 2020, Kevin came with a vision, executed well, he's a man on a mission. The work continues with new innovation, Plan Belize 2.0 activation, benefiting the West, North to South and East. Infrastructure and opportunities, plenty get done, plenty more to come. Kevin Bernard, you can continue depend on champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. North, south, east and west, Kevin is a true champion. Sports development, woman empowerment, infrastructure, youth involvement. Heart of a champion, full confident. Astonishing leader, no argument. Relentlessly, with a passion and drive. Natural born leader, no one get deprived. Dedicated to serving and provide. Belize in good hands, no one can deny. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. North, south, east and west, Kevin is a true champion. Champion, 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 champion. Hey, one time for the champion. Hey, two time for the champion. Hey, three time for the champion. Hey, everybody shout it out loud now. Champion, champion, Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. Kevin Bernard is the people's champion, champion, champion. Kevin is the champion, 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 champion. North, south, east and west, Kevin is a true champion.
Rice and beans, our Belizean tradition, made even better with Silkgrass Farms cold-pressed coconut oil. Rich in healthy fats and full of natural flavor, our coconut oil brings out the best in every dish. From seasoning the pot for rice and beans to browning that perfect stew chicken, cooked on low heat, the coconut oil adds depth and richness to the flavor of your dish. Even when frying plantain, the coconut oil, cooked with gentle heat, brings out the natural sweetness, giving them that golden, crispy finish. Bring the true taste of Belize to the table with cold-pressed coconut oil by Silkgrass Farms.
Four years ago, Belize's blue economy was a vision, a dream waiting to be realized. It was an untapped resource with immense potential, but lacked the leadership and strategy to truly thrive. Today, under the leadership of Honorable Andre Perez, Minister of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, that vision is no longer just a dream, it's a reality. The blue economy has become a cornerstone of Belize's growth, creating sustainable jobs, boosting our GDP, and preserving our natural heritage. Under the previous administration, our rich marine resources and coastal communities faced many challenges. Limited innovation, missed opportunities, and a lack of direction. This administration has championed groundbreaking initiatives such as the National Adaptation Plan for the Coastal Zone and Fisheries sector, which is the first of its kind in Belize and is a testament to the Ministry's commitment to building a robust and sustainable blue economy. The Ministry of Blue Economy and Disaster Risk Management, safeguarding lives, seas, and sustainability.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Celebration time.
It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
Let's look at some more of the challenges that are facing you guys, because obviously, like you said, there are a lot of challenges in preserving and getting people to adhere to the rules and regulations that govern these protected areas in our country. What are some of the other challenges that you would face?
Other challenges that we have faced from a financial perspective, we have had financial constraints as we depend a lot on grants and donors now. So currently we're looking at alternative income sources to fund conservation efforts, so that we continue to co-manage and continue to preserve these resources. We also have issues related to climate change, erosion happening at our keys.
Yeah, we spoke about that extensively a while ago, about this erosion at Laughing Bird Caye, and even at the Silk Caye.
That's right. Coral bleaching also happening at Laughing Bird. These are issues that are happening, and we are working on mitigating those. I know with coral bleaching, we
that's what the work you do to help prevent coral.
Partnering up with other NGOs like Fragments of Hope that is carrying out coral restoration at Laughing Bird, right, Calvin? So those are some of the things. Monitoring basically as well, the coral bleaching throughout time and see, we're basically monitoring, yeah.
So how these partnerships would work, and if somebody wants to help the organization in its mission, very important mission that it's doing, how does this working together come about? How do we go about approaching you?
Well, for any work to be done within the protected areas, you would need permission from the respective co-managers, that being C, either the Forestry Department and the Fisheries Department.
That's an interesting thing. C, the Forestry Department, and the Fisheries Department. How do you all get along together? How does that relationship pan out?
Well, since the co-management between all three of them is separated by the respective protected areas, then we see us going to meetings and collaborating with Fisheries Department, and then we also see us attending and working together with the Forestry Department, mostly not the National Biodiversity Office, that falls under the Forestry Department now.
Trainings that we had.
Yes, and they assist us with trainings for our rangers, for the office staff as well, when it comes to the use of the smart system that we use for monitoring our patrol efforts within these areas. That is from the NBio point stance. And then with the fisheries, then we have the fisheries licenses that the fisheries officers will receive. That is for training of the rangers and the protected areas manager, to be able to carry out the mandate of the fisheries department, not only within the protected areas but in all marine waters of Belize.
Police constables from a perspective.
You all, when you're out there and you see an offender, you have the power of arresting them? Or?
As fisheries officers and as well as police constables, the rangers have all power to make arrests within the waters of Belize. As a ranger starting off, you're not a fisheries officer, then you would have that power only within the protected areas, that be Gladden Spit and Silk Cays Marine Reserve or Laughing Bird Caye National Park. But as you get the trainings for the regulations and the licenses, then that would allow the person to be able to make arrests outside of these areas, as well as on land, for example, at restaurants and shops, stores that may have illegal fish, either them being undersized or out of season. Then yes, the rangers would have all powers that a fisheries officer would have.
Well, we keep hearing about undersized and out of season, right? Maybe we could expand a little on what is undersized. What do you mean by undersized?
Yeah, so for the lobster, the queen kongs, there are size limits that we must adhere to. For the lobster, the tail must be at least, the head actually must be at least 3 inches, or the tail at least 7 ounces. And then for the conchs, the weight of the clean conchs should be at least 3.5 ounces. That is market clean. So anything that weighs less or is smaller than these sizes would be below the limit of and being undersized. No. Same for the out of season. All of these commercial species have seasons. The queen conch has its own season. The lobster has its own season. Even there are finfish that have their own seasons, like the grouper. So these are all mandated by the fisheries department. So we need to ensure that these regulations are being followed by the fishermen, restaurants, stores that sell these.
What are the penalties one is subjected to if caught breaking any of these regulations that you're talking about?
When fishers or someone is caught breaking these regulations, then there are fines, penalties that are levied upon that person. No? For the fish and conch and lobster, the penalties depend on the amount of fish that you have, the amount of lobster and the amount of conch that you have. There is also imprisonment time that can be added towards that offense, if the judge pleases, if the judge wants, or if the offense is so severe that it would require for both the fine and the imprisonment, or maybe just the fine and maybe just the imprisonment.
Do you think there's enough awareness of the seriousness of taking in undersized lobster or the seasoned conchs and lobster and illegal fishing? Is there enough awareness of the consequences that this can bring amongst the community?
We hope people are becoming aware of those things, and we are making initiatives that we would try to educate them, like the boat to boat, where we'll try to educate the fishermen about the fisheries regulations. We try our part on our end. We also go to schools to educate the kids on the work we do, and we try to give them like brochures that we create on the fisheries regulations, so that they can give their mom or dad, so that they could become aware. Maybe their dad is a fisherman, and so that is how he could become aware of the fisheries regulations. So on our end, we're trying our best to do so.
Now, I have the privilege of talking with both of you, brilliant young men that make up SEA, the Southern Environmental Association. But I'm sure you have a whole team that works along with you. Maybe we can look at the team and the different work that the team members would do.
Yes, so we have our finance department comprised of two finance ladies. We have our finance director, who is Zornisha Williams. We also have our finance officer, who is Ms. Beverly Quinteros. We also have two education officers. We have Ms. Arnisha Arnolds as well as Ms. Juana Moreno. We also have our science program manager, Isai Trejo, and our executive director.
I think that the education managers are the ones that will go out and sensitize the community and the schools and so on about the importance of conservation and about protecting all this beautiful heritage that we have, right? This great heritage that we have here in Belize.
Definitely, they will be the ones in charge, of raising that awareness and making people aware. I forgot, my apologies, to mention Ms. Andrea Kowo, who is our protected areas manager as well.
And of course, we have the great Calvin Gonzalez and Brandon Quinteros, right? who are here with us. What would a typical day look like for you?
Every day is different for me.
I could imagine that. Yeah.
Every day
That's why you took the job in the first place, right?
Yeah, I like new challenges, definitely. So more than likely, I would say the general responsibilities would be sell tickets, making the weekly payment requests, would also be assisting in entering the visitation data, that the rangers submit to us, would also be in charge in assisting with changeover, which happens on a Friday. So Fridays will be the busiest day for us, where we will have rangers changing over from one key, one island to another, and would assist in helping with the weekly rations that they request, the supplies that they request, as well as the butane refill and all of the logistic stuff needed. That is what I'll do on Fridays, basically. There are so many things that I do on a day-to-day basis that right now I just can't recall, given the moment.
Okay, Carl, what about you?
My responsibilities are focused on the operations out in the field. So I need
So the typical day for you would look like?
Making payment requests, making sure that the rangers have all the resources out in order for them to do their duties. Scheduling the rangers, who's to come off or who's to come on for that week. Procuring other resources that the rangers use outside. Yeah.
And any other duties assigned from time to time, no?
Quite literally, any other duties assigned since when I started, it was just 3 of us. So I did everything from the protected areas to the education and the science as well. So I wore 3 hats at that time. But now we have a bigger team, so everyone is dedicated to their own. But even so, we help out each other. No, it's all working together.
That's right.
But and working together is very important. You surely have a lot of work, because you're talking about Gladden Spit, then you go down to the Silk Key, and then you go down skis, and then you go down to the Laughing Bird Key, right? And it's no-take zone, right? So you have to live on the move, be on the move, and then you're serving different communities as well, right? You're serving Monkey River, Placencia, Independence, St. Bite, Hopkins, Riversdale, so you're serving a whole host of communities, which means you have to interact with these communities and get them on board with the program that you are doing, so that you can get their full cooperation to protect these areas. And that in itself is not an easy task. So I'm sure you have a lot of work to do every day. Right? Maybe you can speak to me now about the importance, and I know we have touched on it before, but we cannot say it, overemphasize it, the importance of us preserving this heritage that we have in these 3 key areas in our ecological reef system.
Yes, so the conservation of these areas is very important. One major point being that the fisheries sector contributes, I guess, one of the highest contributing sectors to our GDP now. It supports a large number of our population itself. So these conservation efforts are important to sustain the livelihoods of Belizeans, and even to make sure that these resources are available for our children that will be taking over after us now, and not just Belizeans, but the humanity on a whole, especially these unique, ecologically, economically important areas within the Belize Barrier Reef system.
That's right. That's
What you, Colin?
Brandon.
What about you, Brandon?
Definitely. We have to continue preserving these beautiful beaches, these beautiful keys for generations to come. And I want to reach out to the audience out there. If you want to make a difference and you want to get involved with the work C does, feel free to reach out via Facebook or Instagram, or we also have TikTok. Feel free to leave us a like, give us a follow, and reach out to us on any activity that we might be having, and when we will include you in. There was the art festival in Placencia. We were out there doing outreach work. And yeah, so we also needed assistance there, with people volunteering and coming in, setting up our booths, things like those. It's the little things like those that you will be assisting in making a difference, and assisting with the day-to-day operations that ultimately have a bigger impact as we protect these marine keys.
So other people in these areas are familiar with sea and its operations, and you get the cooperation that you look for.
Yes, the community has been a huge part of the success of sea. They have assisted us through volunteerism, to advocacy, through sharing the laws and regulations of these areas. So the community has been a very important part of the organization. In addition to this, we have C will be hosting the first annual lionfish shootout on March 5th. So the sign up is open at the moment. They contact our office 523-3377 or email at info@cbze.org to get registered. This is in collaboration with tour operator from Placencia, Humble Harry Tours.
That's right.
Yes. Looking at the lionfish competition, the lionfish plays a key role in the reef system, right? But it also, if it's over proliferated, then it becomes a problem, right? If it's not proliferated.
Invasive species?
Yeah. Like I just say plain and straight. The lionfish is an invasive species, right, of fish. Maybe we could talk a little bit about the role it plays where the whole reef system is concerned.
Okay. So, yes, the lionfish is an invasive species of our waters. They affect all other fish species from grazers to commercially important species. They would feed on them from all sizes. They consume them, they engorge themselves. Some of them even eat themselves to death. So that is one of the major problems that we are facing within our waters.
Even if you're in a marine protected area, no fishing area, can you actually fish the lionfish out? Because that's a harmful species to have around. I mean, just like how the others could grow and proliferate in those areas, the same thing he can do.
Yes. Unfortunately, the regulations don't allow for these, for even the lionfish to be extracted within the national park. But with this lionfish shootout, then a portion of it will be that there has to be hunting done within at least one protected area. So that is, well, if we get the permission from NBio and the Forestry Department to do that in the Laughing Bird Caye National Park, then that would be good now, because, well, they are present there. We see them when we are doing monitoring. So it would be a good chance if we could get at least some of them out of the protected area.
Because the lionfish, like they are rightly saying, consumes and eliminates all the fish that help to build the barrier reef. So if the lionfish is allowed to proliferate, then sooner or later it starts affecting the whole structure of the barrier reef, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So, and then lionfish is delicious. I tried some once and it tasted very nice.
Yes,
Okay. I haven't had it as yet, so
You haven't?
no.
Have you had lionfish yet?
Yes, I would say it's in comparison to the snapper species.
Yes,
so
it's a
good.
nice fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a bit of practice to
Clean it.
Clean it, yes.
Boy, cleaning a lionfish ain't easy.
the
The way you're doing.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the outcome or what you get from it is, I think it's worth it.
Yes.
To learn how to clean that fish.
Yeah.
So the lionfish shootout is just a way how we will end Reef Week 2025. And the lionfish, we know they are invaders, they are destructive, but you can be the hero, no? So join us for the ultimate underwater showdown with the lionfish shootout. Not only will you help protect our reefs, but you will also get a chance to win epic prizes and taste some of the best lionfish dishes, no? Where the winning prizes would be going to the person that catches the biggest lionfish, the smallest lionfish, the person that caught the most lionfish, as well as the heaviest haul and the best steam. It kicks off on Saturday, March 16th. It will be March 15th, sorry, not the 16th.
Indeed, you all are doing a tremendous job when it comes to the environment and the preservation of our natural heritage in that area. What is in the future for Sea? What are some of your future plans as you move along? And then maybe you can include for me as well a recap of the locations, the ranger station, and your offices.
Yeah, so when it comes to the location, our main office is located in Independence, Rivers area, Beverly Lane. We also have a branch office in Placencia, located on the main road behind Comex. When it comes to the future goals, what we aim for as an NGO is become sustainable. We are in the process of coming up with a business plan, trying to figure out alternative income sources to fund these conservation efforts. And that's just one way or one goal that we have for the future.
We have more collaboration activities that we have planned for the stakeholder communities. We have this watchdog system that was up a couple of years ago that we are working to bring back up, which allow the community members to do their part in advocating for environmental conservation, not only within the protected areas, but around their communities as well. Like, for instance, when it comes to mangrove clearing by developers, you know. When it comes to the enforcement out at the protected areas, we are in the process of expanding the enforcement team. We receive grants to get better resources or additional resources in order for us to be able to do patrols outside of the protected areas, and that would cover the a greater part of Area 3, which is in front of the Stand Creek district. No? We intend to use these long-range cameras in the efforts of preservation, conservation, and carrying out the enforcement within these areas. We want to develop or start up back the collaboration that we have had with the Fisheries Department, the Police Department, the Coast Guards, immigration, that will all be tied to the enforcement of our waters. No, we also have in one project a ranger station that will be put up near the Placencia Lagoon, which is the BSOP will try to incorporate within that plan on the Belize Ocean Space Plan.
So you don't work with the Placentia Lagoon at this time, right?
At this time, we don't, since it's not a established protected area as yet. But in the future, we are advocating for the Placentia to be protected.
That's what I was about to ask you. If C is advocating for the Placentia Lagoon to become a protected area.
C is advocating for it. The communities are also advocating for the protection of the lagoon, which is excellent because, well, they are affected by what happens within the lagoon, and the lagoon is affected by what the community does as well. So it will be, well, hopefully it is coming soon.
What sort of support do you think that it's getting? Is it getting popular support from the people in the area?
The Placentia Lagoon to be protected? Yes, they are fully on board with the protection. It is still left up to the respective departments to see what level of protection the lagoon will have. But so far, the communities have been receptive to the protection of the area.
So the approach has already been made to the authorities. Am I to understand that desire is there to place the Placentia Lagoon as a protected area?
Yes. It was proposed to them, even if I'm not mistaken, even before this Belize Ocean Space Plan. Okay. And so they are also working to incorporate that in that plan itself as one of the areas to add to the Belize Ocean Space.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you for having us.
And Calvin, all the very best. Thank you guys for taking the time out to talk about SEA, the Southern Environmental Association. Anything you want to say as we close our show?
Well, thank you all for inviting us over to talk about SEA. We want to tell the viewers out there, again, if y'all want to get involved and want to make a difference, feel free to reach out. Follow us on social media. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. Give us a follow, give us a like, stay engaged, and remember that you can play a role in making an impact by not only joining SEA but other NGOs that carry out conservation efforts now. And remember, the important is that we are not only thinking of the present moment, we are thinking for the generations that are to come, no?
Yes, thank you for having us and having this discussion about the work that SEA does, about the efforts in general of the that is occurring within the marine space of Belize. We can do all that we can do, but we can't do it alone. So we need the community to work with us for us to be able to make everything better now.
I'd also like to encourage Belizeans, go there, get to know Laughing Bird Caye National Park as well as Gladden Spit and St. Keys Marine Reserve. It's beautiful out there. You won't regret it. Get that C vitamin and go to these keys, explore your country. It's really beautiful out there. I just can't find the words to describe it. You all have to live it for yourself and see it for yourself. We want to encourage all Belizeans to see how beautiful our country is.
Belize, to know it is to love it, right? To know it is to love it. So get to know Belize. And here we have an invitation to visit these beautiful areas of our country and fall in love. But love is a choice that we all make, right? And so we all choose to love our country. We all choose to love one another. But we just choose to love, and spread the love. And when we choose to love, we always say Belize and beyond. Thanks for choosing love.